Hey yo, what's good, my folks? Beloveds, this is the first episode installment of Let's Transmute That Bullshit, starring your girl Gray, and co-starring my left hand. But here, we're going to be showcasing a first piece of a first project that I'm going to be working on and showcasing once completed. But yes, this is the first. This is the first piece, free drawing. The three characters of the show, one of my favorite cartoons, Rocket Power, beloved 90s, early 2000s cartoon. Had everything you would probably want and need as a kid that is active and outside. And God bless us 90s babies, because I feel like we was the last little Mohegans to be on the curbs in the streets, chasing after the ice cream truck, kickball, handball, Foursquare, the classics, and fucking shooting threes like Steph Curry in a milk crate. Like, y'all, these kids don't know nothing about that no more. Anyways, I was inspired to start drawing this about a few weeks ago, and I'd say in total, the drawing itself is done. It took me about 2 weeks of strictly freehand. I am an artist first and foremost, and growing up, drawing and anything art was always a passion of mine. But drawing, painting, coloring, I was self-taught. I don't know or remember anybody specifically teaching me in my family or any other older friends, associates, or whatever I've grown up with. I would simply, I don't really know what age, I guess I kind of honed in or locked this in, but at a certain point I was just able to look at certain images or cartoons and just, with some patience and very tedious, not tedious, but a very keen eye, if you will. I'd be able to look and just draw whatever would come to my liking, but I wouldn't say really whatever, more so cartoons. Within the past couple of days, not even days, sorry, this month, or I guess April, I've done maybe one realistic drawing. And realism is something I'm interested in too, as far as like an art style. It's not my strong suit. I would say I've only really ever drawn cartoons or things of that nature, or things with like a comic book kind of style or look. But yes, I pretty much started this at kind of another tumultuous point of my life where things are readjusting and changing, and nothing more you can do but change with it. If you're a smart person, someone who doesn't like to fight against the grain and work against themselves, I guess, if you will. But yeah, I've always been very, very passionate about just being a creative, I guess. I don't think I would say I am a professional. Well, no, definitely not a professional. But what I'm trying to say is, I guess I've always found a way creatively to express myself and turn it positive, whether it be being active, playing sports, or reading or learning new things. But art specifically, I would say it's just in my being, drawing, just writing, creating songs, and making songs from complete scratch, being able to play instruments and not necessarily read music, which I would love to do. Really love to hone, I would say, because I've done it before. I've taken music classes where the basics of reading sheet music is, they do teach you that, but when you don't use it, you lose it. That's the thing. So yeah, this is a pretty lengthy video. I don't think I see myself talking through the whole thing, but this is just the introduction, you guys. Yeah, so these three drawings are all freehand, of course. Pretty much just outlining them. Why I'm outlining them with pen is because I don't want to have the markers that I just bought to color these pieces in. I didn't want them to bleed through the paper potentially do that. I the way I draw, like I pressed down so hard, so it kind of made like I guess a stencil or like a really outline I could like trace and kind of keep the copies of the drawings for myself outside of the project I'm gonna create with the drawings, if you catch my drift. But yeah, this was very therapeutic for me, and of course this is just an introduction of another side of my artistic brain, I guess, if you will. I'm sorry for this terrible angle in the opening, but I am left-handed. Shout out to the lefties, unite. We are intelligent, so I've heard, and you're pretty much gonna laugh once you see me. I think it's it's when I'm outlining auto. I try a little bit with my right hand, and 0.3 seconds into that's just canceled. So yeah, it goes back to the left. But I would say this is probably like the worst angle throughout the whole shebang, you know. But yeah, this is definitely part one. Absolutely gonna color all of them in, so I will be recording that, and this is just, you know, an intro to something different, something new, something great, something so I can show people who want to support me with music and outside of music. You know, I'm interested in other things. There's other things I do. You know, I'm a student of life, period, first and foremost. And outside of being a student of lice, gross. Definitely don't have lice. A student of being outside, of being a student of life. I'm also enrolled in YouTube University, so I am one of those people who, if anything I want to learn DIY, even my watermark, I went on YouTube really quick to figure out that, moving, you know, footage from my iPhone to my Mac. That was a nice side quest this morning to help just further along me putting this out, because it took a little bit longer than it needed, you know, but we do fall victim to procrastination sometimes, and sometimes, you know, it's okay to just do nothing. So I'm someone who does struggle with kind of being hard on myself for kind of not doing anything sometimes, but there are times in those times of not doing anything is when we get, you know, the best ideas and figure out the best next steps and things of that nature. So, you know, it's alright to sit still sometimes. So, this is, you know, and it's just proof. Me posting this is just proof in that, you know, beautiful things, beautiful ideas can come out of, you know, some turning points and days that don't feel the best, but you have to find things, you know, that keep you grounded or bring you back to, you know, that childlike wonder, you know, things that you did as a kid that might, you know, you might have lost along the way, or you might have been shunned away from because it was weird or different to other people. But, you know, if you're watching this and you've made it to this point thus far where you're hearing me say this, you know, get back to some hobbies that you did as a kid, or anything that, you know, you kind of were passionate about in your youth. You know, get back to that, look into that, and just see what that does, just for maybe, you know, a week or a couple of days, and, you know, and just log from the beginning, you know, before you started getting back into whatever that thing may be. For me, it's drawing, music, you know, and gaming, sports. For somebody else, it might be fishing, or building, you know, model planes and cars and things like that. You know, everybody has something, or, you know, is inspired by something, I guess you could say. So this is just something that, you know, helps me kind of keep me in Zen mode when things are all around me are kind of crashing and there's uncertainty and you don't feel, you know, supported and loved and encouraged and things of that nature. And it's all right, you know. It builds character, I guess you could say. And a side note, shout out to my boy Notch, producer of this instrumental. I'm perfect timing,
just
cause
like
look,
that.
smoke break right here. Excuse me, sound
Here
like
we
fucking
go.
Terminator on a comeback. Anyway, just like that. Excuse me. Right back into the groove of things. Sativa powered. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this piece took a little bit of a swift kick in the cheeks to kind of get done, but I'm very satisfied and happy with how it came out. You know, like I said, this is just the first of many introduction, different side, letting you into what I'm doing, what the hell is going on with me, what's going through my mind. You know, it's been a rough fucking almost damn near, decade, if you will. 2025, can you believe it? Yeah, it's been tough, it's been rough, but you know, you gotta keep that chin up. You gotta keep the fuck niggas out your circle. And first and foremost, if anybody is just so passionately telling you what you shouldn't be doing, you know, or something, you know, steering you away from what, you know, what you're trying to do, build for yourself, any interests, hobbies, fucking entrepreneurial pursuits, you know, if they ain't with it, get the motherfuckers out your circle ASAP, you know. At this point, I am the real Tangito, and if you know, you know. Shout out to you. I'm Demon Slaying. Middle name is Blade, okay? And I'm sorry to the Jamaicans, my island brothers. I'm Asian, not that Blade. I mean, I'm a girl who likes girls, so I mean that's a difficult kind of topic. Anyway, I'm on my Blade shit. Real vampire slaying, energy vampire slaying, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So if you're with the fuck shit, you know, and you ain't with the fuck shit and you trying to waste up good sativa smoke, I can't fuck with you. You know, there's too much shit going on. 45s, you know, it's here to stay. And here we're on a little nature break where I see a nice cardinal, one variety of bird I've always seen in my lifetime. Cardinals and blue jays, very good sign spiritually. Look up the spiritual meaning of animals too that you see. You might get a clue of what to do next endeavors if you just don't know, like me, and you're just trying to figure it out and stay the fuck out of jail. You feel me? And that's all we're trying to do: smoke, create, and be a beacon, and be one of God's I'm already one of God's, baby. But I'm implementing that, stepping with it, you know. And my phasos, you gotta stand on business. And I think I'm just gonna let the shit drift out here with my voice. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope I made you laugh a little bit. Shit, this is what we're coming with. So, for my supporters, I'm curating a real family. I don't want niggas thinking that they know me, because they don't, you know. Shout out to Brockton, shout out to Boston, shout out to Rhode Island, shout out to the people with brain cells who use them. Shout out to the bomb good ass moms, shout out to the good dads, shout out to the thick bomb good ass moms, smell good kids, taking care of them and shit, baby daddy in line, my nigga, you already know what the fuck going on. And you know, all we want is a better world, more sativa, no sickness, no sadness, and that's it, you know. And then bring back cartoons like Rocket Power, because this shit, like, come on, off the chain. I might binge this right now. And with that being said, enjoy. I will be back to color this in with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait to just finalize the vision. It's gonna be a nice piece I'm putting together, and I hope you like it. I will be curating more music, art, things of that nature, and just getting back to me. Cause man, when you just feel like you're outside of yourself looking in, shit's scary. You gotta have stuff like this, hobbies, interests, and just shit. If there's nobody positive or encouraging around you, you gotta have things like this to just keep you in line, you know, and keep you grounded, and it just gets you back to a good place. So put the fucking alcohol down, put the fentanyl down, pick up the Fenty, pick up some sativa, and get your fucking act together. Excuse my French. And with that being said, love y'all. bless. One of God's. Bow! Rest in peace, Nipsey. Because the marathon continues. Fuck is wrong with y'all?